everybody, and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. My light is all off. One second, sorry. I didn't realize how bad my light was. Better. Oh well. Anyways, welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club, everybody. Let's just go ahead and jump in. As you all know, I'm Ryan. And we're going to get this underway. Finish my sandwich. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arm in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend, Mr. Children. You know, kind of hard you'd never see someone like me today, but it's just kind of worked out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversee more and more duty, and I was tired of waking up. But she's got chased after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed by across the wall, and Sayori jumped at me. I almost slept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about me. That's mean, Brian. Okay. I know partially what was about, I hate the fact that there was like anything about the record there. So that's not me. Well, people stare at you for acting, but I don't want to think for a help or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have any meaning even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Anyways, we crossed the street together and I go to school. As we draw near the street, it's increasingly suspected that other students look their neighbors than you. You dismissed me from the club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in being lost. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me to join the club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did. In one of our many conversations where this was go along whenever she's still going on. Sorry, like work where you'll know too much about what her purpose is just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Me too, buddy. Me too. Also, for those of you who've been here before and just jumped out joining, sorry for the camera quality being weird. I've got a new camera because my old one was messed up. Actually, well, it was right there a week ago. That's not good. I gotta get it fixed. Oh well. Anyways, my old camera is somewhere around here, and it just decided it wanted to crap out and not connect anymore with the cables I got. Your happiness is really important, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I thought about getting meat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust us, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at the club that makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, you didn't promise me you'll try it. Yeah, I guess I can promise you that. I know myself so good. You're such a good girl. More than that, I try to put myself so late tonight. I guess seeing her worry so much about it makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. And if she does exaggerate everything it's in her head. The school day is 4:37, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for a bounce of motivation. I guess I have no choice but to start something. Sayori? classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized I was the only one left in the classroom. Uh-oh. I thought I'd catch you in the other classroom, but I was just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's gonna make you late for your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Then you could come to my club. Say, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Sayori is the vice president of the club. Not that I've ever read any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a club. Since she was the first person to interest after the one proposed the club, she heard the title Vice President. Can't wait for you to open that door. You mean Nito? That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Please. I don't even care so much anyways. I kind of told the club yesterday after I didn't remember. And Suki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sarah's really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to plan all of this out. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! God, my voice is so shy, it's like hard doing any kind of voice right now. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, but generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Turn the music down a little bit, it's just a little too loud. I told you, don't call me a member. And I glance around the room. What's going on with the text there? Welcome to the It's a pleasure meeting you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ryan, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it! Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably in first year. She's also the one making cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets to me. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right! It's great to see you again, Brian. Monica smiles sweetly. Why is your skirt going up like that, Monica? That's weird. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Also just realized my camera was way too high. There we go, much better. There's not 3 feet of space between my head and the ceiling now. Oh. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just got where my audio was echoing. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, thank you. My camera, the new camera I've got, has a microphone built into it, and I forgot to mute it. Because my old one broke. So we should be good now. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for that, my friend. Basically, completely out of my loop. Great, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, Night of Nothing, for the heads up. Yeah, I forgot that this camera, I used this camera a long time ago, but I forgot that it has a microphone built into it, and I just forgot to mute it, because my other one, it doesn't want to, the back end is broken now, it doesn't want to connect to any cables, so I bought 2 new cables, two, and it doesn't want to connect to the computer anymore, so I gotta fix that, and maybe get a new camera. But for now, we're stuck with this one. It's all good. Anyways, to get back into the game. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come on, come sit down, Brian. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Like, switching between all these women's voices is gonna be hard. And keeping them all straight. That's gonna be the main kicker. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corners of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cute little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Honestly, that sounds adorable. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. Then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcakes around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. attest to that, it does. That or a good cocktail or martini. Or a pina colada. Basically any kind of hot beverage or sweet beverage is good with a good book. Water's a little weird. I've tried water with a book. It's unsettling. But that's just me. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Speaking of tea... I need to make me a cup of tea here in a bit. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Blah. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get to literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. I couldn't tell. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Is it just me, or is the music like burrowing into your brain and just like, I don't know what it is about this song. It's like burrowing into my brain and just... Like in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. But it's just gonna be stuck in my head all day now, I know it. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Brian, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, I like to read fantasy, romance, and comedy novels. However, this Brian doesn't. He likes manga. Yes. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Disappointment. Hey, manga! I was right! I do also like manga, though. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Is it just me, or do these buttons look like toes? I'm gonna save just in case, because those look like toes, and I don't like that. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Oh, now it's tiles. It's weird. seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Desperately grasping something I could relate to at the middle level. I think the last horror book I read, I actually can't remember. It's on my shelf. I'm just bad with names. Like, I'm currently reading a book called The Crown of Feathers, and also reading the series Beyonders. But before that, I think it was Bone and Ash, or Ash and Bone. It's a zombie apocalypse book. Pretty cool. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You used to like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Oh, it's back to being toes. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud!" And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you is just as cute as you are. Sorry, sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Poems, yes, poems, yes, poems. So anyways, cupcakes. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. My nose itches. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Brian? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Angry, sad, concerned, confused. All four girls start back with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Brian, ew, okay, I see what's happening now. There's like a box somewhere around here, and every time somebody moves in that box, it becomes the thing. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? that is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Yeah, now you're finally thinking. You've got 3 very pretty girls there, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna go to the anime club with all the nerds. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Zoe wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Blah, I'm gonna keep stumbling over the word literature, aren't I? Welcome to the literature. Welcome to the literature club. Blah. Thanks. I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Brian, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Brian, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! I'm turning to Fluttershy there, okay. Maybe if I tab in and tab out, that would change the thing. Oh, it's trying. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? I hope so. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. See, what's bad is I know where this game, that there's a twist in this game. It's all cute and cuddly now, but I just know something horrible's coming. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so we got... pink. Dream. Fantasy. Love. Candy. Marriage. Cute. Bunny. Doki Doki. Fluffy. Clumsy. Suicide. Ugh. Daydream. Incongruent. Heaven sent. Games. Sugar. Inferno. Lollipop. Melancholy. Kawaii. So she likes all the cute kawaii stuff. She likes all of... Hi, Lego. How you doing? She likes all of the dark, depressing stuff, and she's all about marriage and family. Imagination. Hi again, Brian. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brian. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Make you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sorry told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too! I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you clearly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brian always gives his best as long as he's having fun. That is very true. I don't like how scarily accurate this is to how I am in real life. At least when it comes to books and my attitude of how I do things. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. It's so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brian can be good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Sorry, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal, but it's really not. What do I do? Oh, sorry. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you was a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. First my nose is itchy, now my eyes are itchy. Guess I still got sleep in my eyes. Oh! Excuse me. I do apologize, everybody. Sorry, you had a weird text message. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is almost buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot! What's the point in keeping her collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. No, I openly read manga and other books, just in public. I don't care. I like what I read. How did you know anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it off the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Aha! Much better! Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Brian. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly low. Alright, don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground beside her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Eek! Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Folly fan, thank you for following. Thank you for liking. I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Natsuki crosses her arms and scoots an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. Oh, thank you for sharing the live, Jacob. I do appreciate it. Welcome. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Could you play the game called Your Boyfriend Peter? Also, your mic is kind of low volume. Here we go. Is that better? Your Boyfriend Peter. I can add it to the list, definitely. Here, let me go ahead and add it to my wish list, since I've got a short break second. Your Boyfriend Peter. Alrighty. It has been added to the wish list. Yeah, it can be the next one I play. No problem. You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. I don't know, some of them are good. One of my favorites, that's a manga and an anime I've read and seen both, is called, Tanakawa. It's called Tanakawa, Fly Me to the Moon and Back. It's great. I love it. So, what should I expect from this? Is there gonna be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's still all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant... Sorry. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah, why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I need to get me some water here in a second. Doing these voices is hurting my throat. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains why Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, hello! We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not! Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun to share something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think it's manga, that manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people, and I do know those kinds of people. It's awful. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. Most of those friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. Wow, this keeps hitting me. Like, stop with the personal attacks, man. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep up in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki points her finger at one of the panels. Nora's my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. I'm gonna go grab me a cup of water real quick because my throat is getting sore. Ooh. Sorry about that. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usually bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feelings you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little myself. Okay, everyone! Eh? Are you all ready with today's poems? Yeah. Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Eh? Natsuki suddenly notices how close she got to me. She hastily slides herself away a good 12 inches. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I said that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. Don't I know it? But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what happens if I don't finish it? Probably a little bit of both. Alright then. I stand up. Ooh, my neck. Ooh. I return to where I put my stuff and start flipping clip. Bleh! Oh, well, I can't finish that one. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Me too, but I can't write poetry to save my life. Well now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sorry, Monica enthusiastically pulled out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's show it to Natsuki first, why not? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. There's also that. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poems. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I'd be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and maybe go, ah, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I like that. It was cute. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style won't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah.
people can try, and that's all they can do. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro! I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good. Let's show Yuri next. Why not? Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. Through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they take dependent writing styles separate from the topic matter, then they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changed. I almost said Dementor. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. I keep getting a lot of followers on Twitter that are just scam artists that are like, hey, buy some stuff from me. Do it now. I'll make you cool art. I'm like, I don't need art. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. What's up, Gavin's gargantuan arachnids? What's up? It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologetic to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. Sorry, I'll read it in my voice, not hers. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing, calm breathing air of present but living in the past. The lights flicker. I flicker back. Better. I'm so sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, I have trouble reading cursive. That's my fault. That's just my personal fault. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, that story isn't about a ghost at all, Brian. Really? Nice. I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I'm multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok currently. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Oh, makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before we pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Let's go to Sayori. This is a good poem, Brian. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Sorry, I keep losing her voice. Alrighty, sounds good. I'll see you on Twitch, Gavin. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club. Is it the same username? It is the same username. Superbride2234 with a capital S. Same profile picture as well. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I won't. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Brian. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motivation here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this meant to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Me too. Alrighty, hi Glyph. Oh, what a cute and kind girl. I sure do hope nothing tragic happens to her. Me too, GMK. Me too. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? Sorry, this is my voice. Did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you're late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Yeah, it's the end of the day. There's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alrighty, Monica's up last. I take it this is your first run of the game. This is my first run of the game. Yep. Hi, Brian. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring anything up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Brian. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. I like it, Brian. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. You're in for quite the experience, so don't worry, I won't spoil anything, just to clarify that's not what this message means. Well, thank you. I do appreciate the no spoilers. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? I have. Yeah? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. Might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. I've actually got a book of Shel Silverstein's poems on my bookshelves. One of my 5. I've got too many books. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. And that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Well... maybe. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. No. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Interesting. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Alright, I'll make sure to do that. I'll have them on a separate, on my second monitor over here. Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you would say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Assuming you're playing this on Steam. If not, I'm playing it on Steam, yes. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain is too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you for the tip. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. People need to leave me alone. I'm busy. I've told you I am busy. I know, you all love me. It's great, but I'm busy. Alright, since I've got a spare moment, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the local files. There we go. Got him on the second monitor now. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem on the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Oh, my back. Oh. I think I slept on my back wrong last night. Do some yoga later. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Brian did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Brian liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Brian appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brian started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Slowly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Have you ever done any writing of your own before? I've been writing a lot of my own poetry. So I actually don't write poetry, but I do write novels. So I'm currently working on a novel to be published soon. But I also write, like, movie scripts. So I also make movies and stuff. My first movie that I made, well, film, it's a short film. It'll be released sometime this year, actually, on my second channel on YouTube. But hopefully I'll have a couple more coming out soon. Brian, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? That meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain this to her, Brian. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effective. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Brian? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. I don't know anything about writing poetry, that's for sure. Now, whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori! See, if I were in this situation, I would say they both have their purposes and their faults. And just try to explain it to them that Yuri's writing style is complex and elaborate and appeals to a certain audience, whereas Natsuki's is simpler and is able to give the audience a more clear path. Each one has their own merits, and neither one is better than the other in terms of writing. However, I don't have that option, so I'm going to say help me, Sayori. Natsuki goes to me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defensive I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Brian? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's sheer immaturity that makes her upset in the first place. Excuse me? That's pretty cool. I've never actually tried writing a book myself. The longest I spent on Paul was like 5 hours. That's not bad, though. I try to spend at least 2 or 3 hours every other day trying to write my book. So, spending 5 hours on a poem is very impressive. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everybody to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? See, that's what I would say if I was there. Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always were. Big and beautiful. Okay. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Maka stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori's vice president. I wish it were Demonica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. I was just suffocated by a wave of ads. I do apologize. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. I was saying that I normally spend about 2 to 3 hours every other day writing my book, so spending 5 hours on a poem is really impressive. And really cool. Also, sorry for the ads. Twitch is the only place I make money from streaming and my videos so far. I don't make anything from YouTube or from TikTok, unfortunately. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Brian, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, it means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Did this not go off? Huh. My alert box is messed up. I can support you this way, plus it's better viewing experience. Well, I'm glad. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Brian, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's just really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Brian, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? God, I hate that my camera is just so, like, flat. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to do Sayori's internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Hell yeah! Let's do it! You know, let's try to write one that Yuri would like. We wrote one for Natsuki, so let's try to write one for Yuri, so... Oh. Oh! Vitality. Oh, she's like a lot of the dark stuff. Okay, that's a little... I think I got that. Yuri likes descriptive words mostly. Gotcha. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Brian. Yo, Sayori. Yo. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. I gotta get new earmuffs for my speakers. They're falling apart. And they're hurting my ears because of that. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so I'd have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. God, I can't get her voice right. I keep changing her voice. Don't make me feel guilty. Sayori relates to the words that describe sadness and happiness or other related emotions. Evocative and simple words is emphasized by the dichotomy in her poems. You know, that's, yeah, fair. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Brian to let me borrow some money. No need to feel embarrassed. That makes sense. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a machinist or something like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you can think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Whap! Out of nowhere, something smacks her in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It could be because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. Then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Don't marry it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Ooh. Sayori suddenly takes a lean down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica's in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you ever heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chooses the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Brian. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, okay, sorry, I gotta take a quick break of stretching real quick. My back is just not having it. Massage is what I need to do. Actually, that could be what caused it, because I got a massage yesterday after going to the gym. Literally, though. It's when I'm basically a dog or a cat. I need to go get my yoga mat from my parents' house so I can start doing yoga again. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I'm trying to sit up straight, see if that helps. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki would end up complaining to her anyways. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Oh. How did I take a screenshot? Ah, I pressed 1 by accident. Got it. Sorry, somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. How often do you usually stream? I used to try to stream every day, but I've been having a lot of personal issues happen over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't been streaming as much. My normal stream schedule used to be from 12 to 3. Was what my normal stream schedule was. However, like I said, personal issues and a lot of other stuff have just been happening over the last couple of weeks. I just haven't had time or energy or motivation to do anything. So, trying to get back into it. But typically, I'm trying to get back to streaming every day. So it'll most likely be from around between 10 to 3 or 12 to 3 or whatever, depending on the game. But it'll always be till at least 3 o'clock if I stream every day. But I do also have a Discord channel where I update and post a lot of stuff about like what I'm doing, what's going on. It's a little dead because there's not many people there, but I still do update regularly about what's going on when I'm streaming, what games I'm streaming, and how I stream. So I actually, since you're new, I'll explain to you this. How I pick my games, I have a big wheel with all of the games that I own on it. And I spin that wheel, and whatever it lands on is the game I play. If it's a story-based game like this one, I stream it until it's done, and then I pick another one. If it's a game like Minecraft or Ark, or a game that doesn't have a story, but is a long-term game, I'll stream it for a couple hours, and then respin again to pick another game. That's typically how I pick my games as well, and I do that live on Discord, the Discord as well. It's why I ended up playing The Coffin of Andrew and Lele, or of Andy and Lele. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She seeks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm utterly sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Heck yeah, thank you! This is the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? I can tell you why. You order it from your local bookstore and then find it for cheaper at the Goodwill. So I'm gonna buy the one from the bookstore that I ordered it from, and I got the one from Goodwill for 77 cents. And it's the same book. That's how you have 2 copies of the same book. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided... Better? Yeah, I need to get a new cord. So both, like, literally all my cords are, like, just... Literally all my cords are deciding it's time to break. If I even slightly move my mic cord, it just disconnects and messes up. I need to get, literally, I need to get a new camera and either a new mic or a new mic cord. Glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyways? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I accidentally didn't give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. So yeah, the camera I'm using now is my backup. I have an expensive camera that I use, but for some reason the port that I plug into my computer is not wanting to work anymore. Like, I've bought several different cords and all that, and it's still not wanting to work. So I have to figure out what's going on with that. I benefit from better cord management if it's a little tangled. It's not that it's tangled, it's just that they're old. I've had this mic for several years now. I'd say I would say almost 4 years now. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Brian? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. I'm actually gonna see if that book is real. Portraits of Markov. Yeah. Because apparently it's not a real book. Though it does sound really interesting if it was a real book. Yeah, true. I get a lot of stuff from there. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly you thought you related to the protagonist. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When other things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you're looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip on the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I actually go to, a local sit-down restaurant and read every Saturday. Or try to do it every Saturday. If I can't do it on Saturday, I try to do it whenever I've got free time. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. So if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Do you intend on finishing the entire playthrough in this stream? Probably not. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 12. I'll probably go for like another hour or so. 12:31. I'll probably go for about maybe not another hour, but maybe another like 30 minutes or so, because I gotta get ready for work, unfortunately. Because unfortunately I do have a full-time job. Well, I even regret to call it a full-time job because it's awful. But I have a job. I have a job, unfortunately. But yeah, it is a fun pastime. I enjoy, like, I'm trying to take, like I said, a lot of personal stuff has happened, so I'm trying to take more time for myself. So, you know, things like my Saturdays and weekends and stuff, I try to read and stuff in the late afternoon, evenings, go see a movie, stuff like that. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. But I'll probably end up being streaming tomorrow. I have time to finish out. Maybe. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably be a little bit later tomorrow, though. Probably either 12 or 1 I'll start streaming, depending on how I'm feeling. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. Yeah, unfortunately, mine's not giving me what I need to pay my bills, so I'm looking for other work. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll ever be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah. Bro, if this ever happened to me in real life, I'd probably be in the same situation as the me in the game. Like, I don't know what to do. There's a pretty girl reading with me. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it at my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Brian, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's time that we share today's poem. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make some mental notes of where I left off in the book and then slip it back to my bag. You didn't put a bookmark in there? Every one of my books has a bookmark. Whether it's just a slip of paper, something thin that I just slip right there. Who should I show my poem to first? You know, let's show it to Monica first. Hi again, Brian. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. Oh, I thought she was like yoinking the page out of my hand. Yoink! As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Wouldn't count on it. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Brian. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it counts when I put in some effort. That's not fair. Welcome back. How many were there, by the way? I'm trying to keep count of how many ads people are getting shown, just so I know if I need to lower the ad count or not. I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of thing, this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of energy and imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I assume Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. Just 4? That's not too bad. I do apologize if you had to sit through 4 ads, though. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Hopefully, nothing too much. I'm glad. Hopefully, once I get more viewers and more, like more people like giving like bits and donations and stuff, I'll be able to cut back on the ads. But anyways, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. I don't like that your Q's got a T. I mean, there's not another Q in here, so I can't really judge, but I don't like it. Load me. Trying to figure out what to load here. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. When I loaded it, nothing worked. It's just the kind of thing I've never seen before, I guess. I guess I can't reread the poem. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. I'm like looking at all of the files now just because you mentioned something about the files. I'm looking at all the files now, seeing if there's anything weird in them. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract as physical expression or a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna save again just in case. Show Yuri now. Let's see what you've written for today. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yuri stares at the posum. Yuri stares at the posum. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression. My eyes are like dying. I need to I was really about to say I need to find my glasses, but my glasses were literally right here. Happened to my glasses? See that? I don't know if you guys can see that. Hi, Monica or Yuri? Honestly, neither. Kind of like Natsuki or Sayori more, personally. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my glasses. Oh well, I've got a second here. Oh, these need to be cleaned. Great. Oh. Looks like I'm not wearing glasses today. How are you doing? Study with Tusim? Study with Tusim. Do you like it? Brian, how'd you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why Sayori best. That's honestly fair. Is it a bit bent? It's more than a bit. It goes, wee! I'll figure something out. I'll see if I can fix them. Or take them to a classes shop. You did a good job explaining. I really want to try to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offered that patience to her. Who's your favorite study with Suma? I'm assuming it's Sayori? Yeah. Mine's been doing that too, just not as bad, lol. I don't know what happened to him. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. Well, it looks like the hinge is broken. Now, you can't really tell because the camera's not 4K like my other one. But you see, this is how the normal hinge is supposed to look. And then here's this hinge. It's kind of like bent out of shape. I don't know. Looks like part of it broke. I'll take it to a glasses shop and see if they can get it fixed. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my self-conscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon. I don't know what that word is. A rage, a wade. I know GE. I don't know what those two are. I think that's R. I just don't know what this one is. An urge. Ah, the raccoon and urge. I had to sit there and word it out. I'm not good at reading cursive. The moon incitements its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I thought she was about to murder the raccoon with a knife. I thought she was about to just, like, slit the raccoon's throat with the knife. That's literally where I thought that was going. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. It's your fault. Don't worry, bro. Even I can't. I thought she was about to murder a raccoon with a knife. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Do you have anything like that, Brian? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. I'm trying to figure out which plushie that was behind me, but it's my new one that I haven't got a place to put yet. Even if it's difficult sometimes, some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit, I know. But I'm glad you're a good listener. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm sharing my poem with other people. I forgot. I liked your last one better. Sorry. I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you're a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha! Making your readers look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinions, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Is this poem about Yuri? Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Yeah. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's all everyone thinks about my... Fun fact, I have pet tarantulas. Just a hunch, but I think I get along with Amy. Yeah, you know what? Amy seems pretty cool. I've always wanted a pet snake. I don't have one. I've got a pet dog named Oreo. He's sitting over there sleeping. He's in the living room that way. But I don't know. I haven't been for 3 years. Nice. I used to have an aquarium. I had an aquarium for about 1.5 years. That was back there in the background of my thing, where all my plushies are at now. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. I mean, I'm a 23-year-old who collects video game plushies. And reads manga and books and plays anime games and watches anime. Hence my YouTube name. You know what? Fair. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anybody and it makes them happy? Exactly. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you just say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she says something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she had some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I just try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behavior and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. That's honestly fair, though. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. And Sayori! Excuse me. Oh, I like this one, Brian. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how that works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you guys like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Anyway, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet! Yeah! I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem would help give the rain cloud a little hug. Nice. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Eh? It is? Maybe I get better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Brian. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it into a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty self could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all alone, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They are supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Oh, that's a little sad. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Ooh, my throat's dry and I'm out of water. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. Yeah, a little. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. I mean, it was still a good poem. Like, it was a little unsettling, but it was good. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best! I'm gonna keep writing until I die! Don't get ahead of yourself. Sort of had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week. I kinda wonder if this is one of those times. Oh, excuse me. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. That's how you know it's good writing when the poetry makes you feel something. Dan Salvato being the brilliant genius that he is. You know what? Yeah, that is very true. That's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been calling a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's just no way I'm going to perform in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, note Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, and being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here to the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. God, my throat is so dry. Ah! Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess it leaves me a choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get that over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances, and is never fond of presenting either, though still haunts me to this day. If I could prepare, I'm fine with presenting, but if it's like an on-the-spot thing, my knees will literally shake. But if I'm able to prepare ahead of time and practice and practice and practice, I can get it knocked out and get it over with and be done. It's just getting that preparation in time is what gets me. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to be practicing reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. It stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Alrighty. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to end it here. I gotta start getting ready for work, unfortunately. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check the links in the description down below. They can take place like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and the merch shop. Again, I appreciate all of you being here today. If you're on Twitch, you can follow me on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, you can find me over on Twitch. I also stream on TikTok. Sometimes I stream on TikTok that I'm not streaming games I sometimes stream things on TikTok that I'm not streaming on either Twitch or YouTube. It's rare, but it does happen, so you don't want to miss out on that. I also make cosplay content on Twitch, on TikTok. You love Sayori? Welcome back, Glyph. Hi, Anna. Welcome to the stream. I was actually just wrapping up, unfortunately. So, but if you guys don't want to miss it, follow me, put the notifications on, and I'll be back tomorrow streaming the next part. We are ending, unfortunately, Glyph. Thank you for subbing, Anna. I do appreciate it. So again, as always, thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the description down below. They'll take us at Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and the merch shop. I also post a lot on TikTok. I'm streaming there as well. I sometimes stream games there that I'm not streaming on Twitch or YouTube. And I also make cosplay content on TikTok. So, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. This is Brian signing off. Bye-bye! I'll be back tomorrow, my friends.